So, before we start, can I please ask everyone to follow on me on Instagram and subscribe to my YouTube channel at your boy Arry. That is at YOURBOYARRY, and that'll be much appreciated. So, let's get started with this. Yeah, my name is Aria, known as your boy Arry. I've always had an interest for football since primary school. All started from kicking ball in the playground, and obviously from the football conversations over time, I developed the interest into football. Obviously, grew up an Arsenal supporter. As you can see, Thierry Henry, my all-time favorite player behind me. And yes, over time, I developed an interest for the business side of the game. I never liked school, but I always had an interest for business studies because I could relate a lot of the things to football. For example, what was happening with commercial deals, contractual clauses, transfer fees, take club takeovers. That was the biggest topic for me in school, and I could relate a lot of the stuff to business studies. That's why, therefore, I liked football and I liked business studies because I could relate a lot of the topics to football. And I was over time when I after I left school, obviously I studied business studies at school, and after I left school, Daniel G's book Done Deal came out that talks about all the off the pitch topics of the game. For example, contractual clauses, transfer fees, transfer amortization and transfer fees, more importantly, how transfers are paid for, broadcasting rights deals, the role of agents in transfer fees and how they support players. It was really interesting, along with Kieran Maguire's The Price of Football book, which was more relatable to me as it uh, covered a lot of the finance side of the game. For example, profit and loss account, amortization, again in transfer fees, cash flow forecast, cash flow statement, and balance sheets, more importantly, was all covered in Kieran's book. And 20 months ago, in my day job as a front of house officer, I was feeling all depressed and that. So I came up with an idea. I said, what am I going to do to get out of this? So I saw Darren Lewis on Sky Sports one day, who's one of the UK's leading sports journalists. And it got me thinking, why am I not there on Sky Sports with him, next to him? So it got me, I was then inspired by him and Daniel G from the content I learned from his books to start creating my own football content of off the pitch topics, creating videos and uploading them to Instagram. Obviously, now that's how it started. I now upload to YouTube, TikTok, and from that, I've now decided to step it up further and to start my own football business podcast talking about off the pitch topics. So just to let you know how I'm going to be using this podcast. Every week I'm going to be talking about a football topic or off the pitch football topic for 5 to 10 minutes, and I'm going to be uploading it onto social. I'm going to be then cutting it down and uploading the shorts onto social media channels, for then with a link to follow it to the main podcast to listen in order for people to listen to the main podcast. And over time, I'm going to be looking for guests to get guests on the channel. So if you think you're someone who can contribute and knows your stuff and believes you can help contribute to this podcast, please hit me up. My email should be in the bio, yourboyari@gmail.com, or could equally just drop me a message on Instagram. I'd be interested to hear what you have to say. But I'm going to be looking for guests over time, and we're going to be looking to grow this channel and podcast. So that's about it for today's episode. I look forward to hearing feedback from all of you. Open to constructive feedback, of course, and let me know. Let me know also what topics you want covering as well. I'd be grateful to hear from the you audience telling me what topics I could talk about over the week. So I'm going to be trying to aim for at least one pod a week, but ultimately, let me know.